What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is James, and for those who don't know me, I like clothes and well-made things. In this video, I want to go over a boot that Victoria and I have had for at least a couple of years. If you've watched my boot review or my boot collection video, you'll see it in there, and a few people have asked for reviews, so here I am today. And this is my R.M. Williams Yearling boot. For those who are not familiar with R.M. Williams, it was established in 1934 by Reginald Murray Williams. His goal was to make really well-made boots for the Australian outdoors, for ranchers, for just everything in that range. But let's get into the boot. R.M. Williams makes a number of different boots, from your classic Comfort, which is a brand, to a few different versions. The one that I personally like is the Yearling. So the Yearling boot is a full Yearling upper. It's a one-piece construction. So essentially what Yearling is, if you were to have calfskin or you were to have like regular like steer hide, this is going to be your in-between. Essentially at a year old, your calf becomes a boot. And the reason why they go with a Yearling leather is it's a bit more rugged than a calfskin, and it's going to hold up a little bit better, but it's also not as stiff and as hard wearing and hard working as just a traditional like steer hide. It kind of gives you a level of both, like kind of dressy and casual. Like I was saying, it is a full one-piece construction. Your only seam that you're going to see is on the back where the heel, and then you're obviously going to see where they put the elastics on it. One of my favorite things about the boot is the two-part tabs where you can pull the boot on really easy. You don't have to worry about ruining it. Just kind of slides on really comfortable. And then the boot that I got, again, is called the Yearling. It is a 1.75 inch heel. For a lot of people, that is a large heel, so I completely get it. If you go with the Comfort, it's going to be a similar aesthetic, but just a smaller heel. But the reason why I went with this boot is because I wanted a kind of YSL Wyatt alternative. I had a pair of YSL Wyatts and I loved them, but they just weren't quite my style. But I loved everything about the silhouette, the look and everything. I just wanted something kind of a more heritage twist on that boot. So that's what I got with this. They're a kind of a pointed toe with a full Goodyear welted leather sole with a 270-degree welt. So they are recraftable. The heel itself is a stacked leather heel with just a regular traditional bottom. This is a boot that I've really enjoyed and I've just had a lot of fun wearing. One of my favorite things about it is how well I can dress it up and I can dress it down. I can wear it with a pair of jeans and it gives you that kind of more Western feel, but then my go-to with wearing it is definitely with a suit. I think it just wears so well and it's such a good looking boot. They do a brown pair and then they do a black pair. This one itself is obviously the black pair, and it gives it like a nice shine, something that you can wear quite easy. I really enjoy this boot and I think it's a great kind of, again, alternative to a YSL and things of that nature. Although they are a less expensive alternative to a Wyatt boot, where you're looking at a Wyatt boot is going to be $1,000 plus, these are still not inexpensive boots. They're made in Australia. They're going to be made well. They're using good materials, and the pair that I have right now, I believe, is listing for $539. They range everywhere from about $500 to about $800 depending on the craftsmanship. They do have like this really beautiful kind of handmade one that is like start to finish by hand and then the person signs on it. That might be my next boot, honestly. The way that I would style this boot from a personal level is, again, just with jeans and a t-shirt. I'll wear my Levi's 501s and this will give me like a real kind of elevated Western feel, something that you can kind of just step out of the city or step out of where you are and kind of change. For me personally, the way that I wear it more than any other thing is with a nice suit. Something about like a semi-long pant is my version of just absolutely stunning. I really love it. Appropriate for work, so I'll wear it all the time. Another thing that I do want to talk about is sizing. So with sizing with this, it is really obscure. So I originally bought the Comfort Craftsman, which is the smaller heel version of it, and I loved it. But I bought it on a website, and if you know anything about R.M. Williams, the sizing is super wonky. They have like R.M. Williams sizing, and then they have US sizing, and then they have UK sizing. And then the widths are different too. They do like a G and an H width as opposed to like an E and a double E and all that stuff. So definitely something to think about while you're buying it. When I went went online, I ended up purchasing like what I thought was a UK size, and it ended up being my US size. So they were quite tight and quite small for me, and they did not loosen up. So I ended up having to resell them on kind of a resale website. But overall, it was an amazing experience. And even with them being tight, because they're that one-piece construction, they were still amazing. But I definitely recommend making sure that you know your size. In regards to my sizing, I wear typically like a 40 or a 41. And then with boots, I'm anywhere from like a 7 to an 8. With these, I went with a 7. So these are a 7. These are a 7 from the R.M. Williams store in New York. If you have the chance and you're close to New York, I definitely recommend going in there. Cool experience, good people, and they show you like a boot that's been like worn in over time, and you just see how great it's been patinaed and things of that. So I highly recommend, if you get the chance, to head out to that boutique, but just make sure that you're learning your size and that you know what you're getting. Would I buy them again? And the answer to that is yes. The reason why I would buy these again is, again, I like the fact that they are dress up, dress down. Like I was saying, the Yearling leather is not quite calf, so it's not gonna be as like shiny and bright and as supple as your traditional calfskin, but it is, for somebody that doesn't know leather, you're not gonna notice the difference. The Yearling leather is beautiful. The shine on it is gorgeous. I love the one-piece construction too, because it just makes it look so sleek, and it's also extremely comfortable. So if you are a little bit like tight on them, it's not as bad because you don't have any like friction points that are really gonna throw you off, which I really like. And then again, you look at the elastic on here, and you can tell, like, you know, you can just tell when an elastic on a boot is just good. This is top-notch, amazing. And if it ever wears out, you can just send it back to the factory, and I believe they'll just de-stitch it and re-stitch it on, which is super, super cool. So in regards to the stacked heel, if you're not wearing a stacked heel all the time, I would say it is hard to get used to. If I wear these for like 3 days in a row, I'm like kind of a little sore because I'm just not used to wearing that. I'm like a Chucks guy. Like I'm wearing my Chucks right now and they're flat as heck. So this does take a little getting used to, and it is a little awkward at first at the beginning of the day, but it's not something that I would change. I think I would keep these and then just buy another one if I were gonna do like a daily wearing boot. But overall, I really love this. If you look on the inside, it's got just a traditional calfskin lining with a leather footbed, and they're just so beautiful. I'm really happy that I got these, and I definitely recommend getting them if you're still in the market looking for a boot. This is a great alternative to the YSL boot, and you, again, dress it up, dress it down, you can get the Western feel, you can kind of do everything. But that's all I have for you today. Another short video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for coming, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.